start. Nice little cold start there. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video with your boy Jordan. Got the Cobra back on the road. Since the Cobra's back on the road, I thought, let's make a vlog. Still got to get a retune in this thing. You guys remember after that last vacuum leak, put the vacuum line back on, and then it was like, it doesn't idle, right? Ever since then, it's like, possibly when we tuned the car, that vacuum line was not tight and it threw off the tune. One thing I will say about having cams is you change the vacuum even the slightest bit and it throws off your vacuum and you don't idle right. So it's 2021. Is it still worth it to buy an 0304 Terminator Cobra? I would say for a lot of people, probably not. These are getting a lot older. I've never heard of a tensioner snapping in half on a Cobra until mine did it, and I think a lot of the reason for that is just because they're getting older. And because they're getting older, a lot of parts that wouldn't have broke 5 or 6 years ago are going to start breaking. Even if you just haven't driven the car, just sitting in a garage, these parts are just getting aged, so they're going to need to be replaced. So I think buying a Terminator Cobra in 2021, you're going to have to do a lot more maintenance than you would have 3, 4, 5 years ago. On top of that, the value is going up a lot. So you're not getting the same value proposition 4 or 5 years ago as you're getting now, just because now there are other cars that you can get for less money that make way more power. The big reason that people used to buy Terminator Cobras 3 or 4 years ago was just because, hey, you get this car, put a pulley on it, make 500 horsepower with a couple $1,000s. You can make more power for a lot cheaper with a lot of other cars now. Getting them for the same reasons. The reason to get a Terminator Cobra in 2021 is just because you like the history of it, you like the way they sound, you like the exhaust note of a supercharged 4-valve from 2003, 2004. You love the body. You're okay with... Why you gotta interrupt me like that? You're okay with paying whatever it costs to get one of these cars, which the value and the price is about to start going up, so that's going to be, it's going to be more of an issue in the future to get one for a decent price. If you want this sound, though, just the sound, for me, is what was worth it. That's why I wanted this car. That's why I enjoy this car. It's not just that it's loud. You can have a loud 5.0, you can have a loud Camaro, you can have a loud Corvette, but these cars have a very distinct exhaust note that you can't get from any other modern car. You can't get the experience of driving a Cobra from 2003, 2004. It's just one of those things where on paper it doesn't make sense anymore, but it's just the way that it makes you feel. It does make sense. That part makes a lot of sense. If you've ever ridden in an 0304 Cobra, you can attest to this, but if you haven't ridden in one, you might be like,
turn left onto
it's not worth it anymore. So I just realized that my old shaft is purple, and it's shaft. So I'm gonna start, I don't even have it anymore, but I'm gonna start calling it old eggplant because like literally it's an eggplant. It's a purple shaft. Optimus_wine. If you wanna buy the eggplant snout, he will sell it to you after he rebuilds it. I'm excited for one of you guys to possibly have the eggplant snout. Like, I didn't really want it. I wanted a black one. I like those more than the purple ones. But one of you guys might want a purple eggplant. I digress. So the big reason that you should buy an 0304 Cobra in 2021 is because you're obsessed with them and you've just been dreaming about them forever. Don't buy it to be like a practical muscle car to build because it breaks all the time, especially if you try to put a lot of power to it. That might not have happened 5, 6 years ago because they weren't as old, but they're getting older, which means parts are going to be more worn, which means more things are going to break on an 0304 Cobra in 2021 if you buy it than if it was a little older. So just, be looking to do a little bit more work. Even if it's lower mileage and garage kept, those parts have been on there for a long time and they've aged. So be ready to put some money into it. And if you want to build an awesome project car, muscle car that sounds insane, that people just like freak out about because, oh my goodness, 0304 Cobra, you don't see them much. You see 5.0s and S197s and you see those, you see the GT500, sometimes you rarely ever see 034 Cobras. You're buying them because you're passionate and you love them, and they're just really, really cool, and you're cool with dealing with all the frustrations that come with them in 2021, especially when gas prices start to skyrocket, which will probably happen soon. You can get a really loud, cool sounding exhaust from like a newer Mustang or a newer Camaro or something that's more practical. And it's gonna sound cool, but it's not gonna sound like this car sounds. It has its own exhaust note, just like an old 2JZ or an old Lamborghini Gallardo first gen or Viper. They all have their own distinct engine sounds, and the sound that this engine makes, I really, really enjoy it a lot. Oh, look, a police officer. Perfect timing. I don't think it's really practical to buy one of these as like a daily muscle car like you could with the newer 5.0. You could do it. Just, if you buy one and you want to drive it almost every day, replace all the old things that need to be replaced, like replace your tensioner, replace all of the pulleys, get better pulleys, make sure your tires are good, make sure your clutch is good. Just inspect everything, make sure it's good, and keep the car as close to stock as possible. If you just have a ported Eaton or like an Eaton with an exhaust and a tune, you can daily one of these. But when you go to like a 2.3 Whipple and put a cam in and all that stuff, it's no longer something that you really want to daily anymore because it's much more prone to break a lot of things, take it from me. But I never bought this car intending on keeping it stock. I wanted to build a monster at some point just for my own pleasure and enjoyment, not a drag race, not a street race, mainly just to drive around, hear it, hit it, take people for rides, and do that kind of thing. If you're someone that is into that and you want to build a weekend car and you're okay with things breaking, this is an awesome car for you. And it might not be as fast or as technologically advanced as some of these newer Mustangs. It surely is not. It doesn't have as good traction as a newer Mustang. The suspension is not going to be the same. My dad's calling me. My dad calls me and he's like, "Where are you at? I thought you were going to be at the gym at 4. He's like, "I told you were going to be late." Of course I'm late. Guys, if I don't have to be somewhere for work, for filming some sort of wedding or event, I'm not going to worry about getting there on time. I'm not going to worry about getting in the gym on time. I wanted to drive the Cobra. That's why I'm late. I wanted to do this. This with you guys. See, this is why you buy an 0304 Cobra. You buy an 0304 Cobra so that you have a reason to be late to the gym. I gotta be honest, guys, I've got like major PTSD. I'm just nervous that something else is gonna break because like every time in the past 8 months that I've driven the car, I would drive it for like 1 or 2 days. Maybe get one pull-in or maybe not even do a pull-in, just something random would break that I spent money on to fix, or I fixed something and then something else. I know that is like part of it, but it's just been a bit excessive. I mean, the whole reason that we spent the money we spent rebuilding this thing was so that happened less. Welp, first full drive in the Cobra was a success. That makes me really, really happy. Nothing broke. I was nervous. Like I said, I literally have Cobra breaking PTSD because so many things in the past year, I would just be like, it's not the fact of something breaking, it's just thinking something's going to break and I'm gonna have to spend more money on it, and I was starting to be like, I can't keep doing that. So it was making me really nervous. But just to conclude the video, you shouldn't buy an 0304 Cobra in 2021 because you want a reliable muscle car, you want a daily driven muscle car, or you want something that's gonna be good bang for your buck, because I just don't think it's really any of those things anymore, because so many things are gonna break because it's an older car that you're just gonna spend a lot more money than you expect. Are they dynoing a car beside me? So buy an 0304 Cobra in 2021 because you're super passionate about them. You love the way the exhaust sounds. You want to be in something from 2003 to 2004. It's something maybe that you watched as a kid and you're like, I want one of those. Just buy it because you're passionate about it. It's one of those things that's going to make you really, really, really happy. Not because it has better specs than other cars, but because it is just a... Alright there, Mr. Revving over there. You mean to start the Cobra? If I start the Cobra, he'll stop revving. He just won't even rev any. I'm not gonna do it to him. I'm not gonna do it to him. Those LS boys, man, couldn't handle this 4-valve dual overhead cam. Whipple cut. I'm kidding. I am kidding. But I'm gonna upload that to TikTok, and a lot of people are gonna get super butthurt, but it will get me a lot of views. Yes. In 2021, you should buy a Terminator Cobra. In fact, I think they're about to start getting really popular on YouTube again. I think that Alex SVT is going to rebuild his. I think that Mustang Lifestyle might have just bought another Cobra. I need you guys to help me grow so that I can make an income making Cobra content. What do you guys want? What kind of content do you want? Obviously, you know I don't like to street race. I'm not ready to drag race, but like, what stories do you want me to tell? What do you want me to talk about? What you want? I will say the next mod that I'm going to do to the Cobra is new springs, new shocks, new struts, because all those things are really old and they're starting to go out. My front struts are leaking, so that's going to be the next mod that I make in the next couple of months. And then I'm going to replace my shifter with probably an MGW. And then the next thing for me is to buy a house, because I want to do cosmetic stuff to the Cobra, but I have an apartment and weather around here has been really bad. So if I put a car cover on it, it would likely just get knocked off. Or, you know, car covers work great if you live in an area where it's warm and doesn't rain and snow all the time. But around here, when it snows and rains really hard, it's just not fun, because then it gets all over the car cover. If you take it off, it's hard to wash car covers, and then if you don't get all the dirt off of it and you put it back on your car, it actually will scratch your paint even more. I just want a garage. Hey guys, we got the car back. I'm ready to keep doing videos with you guys, but I'm gonna go work out. I will see you guys next video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. What are you doing? What's up, Mr. Mustang guy? Oh, it's that guy. That wasn't even an LS, it's the Mustang guy. That guy's always DMing me stupid stuff. Over there being obnoxious. Man, this guy's over there causing a bunch of trouble. Look at this guy. Mustang people, man, over there, doing irresponsible stuff. All right, just don't hit a crowd. What are you doing? Why you walk like that? Why are you keep arching your back? Freaking weirdo. Why? Well, I'm gonna tell your dad you're being weird. Why you do that? Is it because you're hiding the Mustang guy? Look. I knew y'all were hiding the Mustang guy. I already called the police on you. Huh? They're on their way here to arrest you.
Are they?
Comment down below if you guys want the next video to be about this Corvette. This thing is a freaking beast. We're expecting it to make 800 wheel horsepower on 8 pounds of boost. And then once we turn it up, well over 1,000 horsepower on 20 pounds of boost. Really, really exciting stuff. I know it's a Mustang channel, but like, I really like Corvettes as well. Let me know. Hopefully spark plugs and plug wires, and this will be the next video. If y'all want to see it.
Yeah, big.
I think they will.